Okay, I thought that I would take a video of one of our deer pens. Hi, baby. We've just brought some fresh vegetation in here. It's really good to put tree limbs in. We've been trimming some trees, and not only for the cover aspect for them, for what's natural, but there's some tallow and peach tree and pecan and some other trees, and they really love it. I put some in the corner over there, and they are right now inspecting those tree limbs because it gives them like a little nook back there that's completely private, and they love eating the leaves and the fresh forage. This little buck is older. He's about 3 months old now, and he goes out for walks. We're not quite at release stage for him, but he's starting to get a little bit of the soft release where he kind of comes and goes outside. Hi, sweetheart. And the deer are very bonded with me. This is why we don't have visitors here, because they do bond with people, and we want them to have their natural protective nature, with humans. Hi, sweetheart. You need to kiss the camera? Huh? And who else do we have over here? Oh, this little guy. This is one of our newest ones. Come here. He is super sweet. His mother was found deceased, and he was laying by the side of the road near the Three Rivers, kind of Kennedy area. And let me see if I can get him to make some noise, because if you haven't heard a deer, that was right in my ear. Give me kisses. I hope that comes out on the camera. Oh, I love you too. That's the noise that little deer make, just in case you're wondering. They come to me mainly for grooming. Usually I have the baby wipes out here, and I'll sit and clean them up and do baby wipes on them, and they just love it. They'll literally close their eyes and start zoning out. There's a few more deer there behind the corner, and they have found the little sanctuary. Oh, here's one more. Well, we sure appreciate all of the donations that we get. Again, if you have privacy fence you're taking down, we sure could use it if you'd consider donating your old panels. And hi, sweetheart. And right now we've had a couple of deer that were pretty badly injured. We do have some needs with vet bills. We have a standing vet bill right now at Crossroads Veterinary. So if you would like to donate, but you just prefer to, to just pay the bill rather than give money to people you don't know, which obviously, there's a lot of people out there right now that, you want it to go to the real cause. Feel free to do that. It's Crossroads Vet in Victoria, Texas, and we are Crossroads Fawn Crossroads Fawn Rescue, and they'll know who we are. My name is Christina Elsick. I'm the founder of the rescue here, and I handle most of the deer, and so that invoice is under our name, and they can tell you that it's for a fawn. And unfortunately, that fawn didn't make it. The vet did everything they could. He was very, very ill when we got him, and had been hit by a car, and was not in good shape. It probably been abandoned since day one, and he was probably 3 or 4 days old and without fluids. We did everything we could. We gave him fluids, and he was real sick. He was blind, and just sometimes with these deer, they I guess it's a blessing that they have a defense mechanism in them built in that allows them to just let go when they are in shock or stressed out, and that's kind of where he was. What? And they're a little bit, this is my therapy session here. I don't sit down for very long before they're all over me. Um, that little trough up there is for their treats. I cut up fruit, so the people who have donated blackberries and pears and apples and other fruits, strawberries, they love that, and I will cut up little chunks of them and put them inside that little trough, and as well as you can see, there's a little pile from this morning of antler max. We get that from Northside Ranch here in Victoria, Texas. It's another way for you to donate is by going directly to Northside Ranch. Uh, Northside is setting up a display specifically for Crossroads Fawn Rescue, and um, they know the feed and the milk replacement that we use for our does, or excuse me, our fawns, and we would sure appreciate any donations that you're willing to make. We go through a bag of Pro Nurse about every 2 to 3 days here. Um, Even this big guy here is still drinking the bottle. He had kind of stopped, but he's back. He's decided it's sort of the peer pressure. He enjoys nursing with his friends, so he wants to nurse again. But as you can see, we like to throw little natural grasses and pieces of trees and shrubs into the pen for them and let them forage on them. What you doing there? This is Cameron. He was found on Cameron Street in South Victoria. He's obviously got an itch on the side of his face. They're real funny. Oh, he's getting some carrots over there. If I am scratching one and the other one comes up, they'll bump my hand off like a dog. Like, no, it's my turn now. These are just, oh, and you can see how sweet they are with one another. This is a really good reason, too. I mean, not only because of how fragile they are and how difficult it is to raise them, these deer are completely isolated from any of my domestic pets. That's why these pens are so important. And you know, it's really important if you do find a fawn and you want to get them connected with us, and you decide that, you know, you start to realize, hey, you're raising something that, number one, you can get in a lot of trouble for doing without a permit from Texas Parks and Wildlife. Um, there are stiff fines and other penalties involved when you take in to rehab wildlife without a permit. It's very serious. But you can see that this is really the best place for them. They develop a herd dynamic, and when we release these deer, they're going to have one another. So they'll all wind up getting released, doing a soft release and being released at the same time. And that's really helpful because they've got their own little social family here. And of course, the boys will wind up grouping together and eventually will wind up going, you know, their separate way, but it's good for them to have one another, right? You're not going to know you're a boy for a little while. Nope. He just absolutely zones out when I scratch his neck. He just wants to fall asleep. You can see his little antlers are going to pop out here. So we hope that the tags in the ears make people think twice before shooting. And these, you know, especially if you are a hunter and you're in the area and you see one of our deer out and about, I mean, they can travel 5 miles. You know, just know many of these deer have very good genetics. This little guy, big guy, came from north of Wharton. And same situation, found on the side of the road, dead doe. And you know, the herd genetics, if you want to see the deer in Victoria County flourish and grow bigger, these are great little prospects running around to increase the dynamic of the herd development. Right? Right. Cameron was in a crate of some sort, probably a wire crate, He was living indoors inside someone's house, being fed cow's milk, which is very detrimental to them. But you can see his nose. He broke his nose, likely on a crate, because when they get frantic and they're trying to get away from, the, you know, whatever it is they're afraid of, they really can't see those wires, which is why dog kennels are not good for them, and why fencing that they can see through in general. Um, he's eating the phone right now. You don't know that, but he is. But as you can see, they love each other. They groom each other. They take care of each other. Um, and that herd dynamic is really important. Who's behind me? At any rate, we sure appreciate everyone who helps out. And if you are looking to help out, a couple ways to do it. Like I said, you can call Crossroads Vet in Victoria, Texas. And there is an invoice right now for one of our deer that we could use some help with. And the vet expenses are always appreciated. Northside Farm and Ranch on Main Street will hold donations for food or milk replacement for the deer, and leave it on account where we can come and pick it up. And if you just want to make a donation to help us with some of the other expenses, you can do so by just going on PayPal and entering the recipient as Crossroads Fawn Rescue at yahoo.com, and we'll get that. We sure appreciate everything that folks do for us. It's funny because this is the time of year now. What we're about to come into is most of the babies are growing. So the deer that are going to start coming in now are going to be the injured deer, and we're going to have more of a need for help with those vet expenses if someone's willing to champion one of the deer. If you do want to become a remote foster parent to one of these deer, I'll give you a deer ear tag number and send you pictures and updates and video of them kind of doing their soft release. Yes, we know you're the star. Yes, you are. And we will, let you know how they're doing and tell you about the deer and tell you where they were found. And we can even connect you with the individuals who originally found the deer, and they can tell you their story. And it's just kind of neat. It's a neat way to contribute to them and to help be part of the solution for these little guys. So thanks very much for watching, and we'll do another video again real soon. Thank you.